Hi, everybody. This is Jim Cornette, pro wrestling legend, and you're listening to the Book in the Territory Unprofessional Wrestling Podcast.
This is the artist formerly known as Daryl Van Horn, James Mitchell, the Sinister Minister, and I'm here to let you know I would rather slam my cock in a car door than to miss the dulcet tones of Hard Body Harper, my illegitimate son, on Booking the Territory podcast.
Woo, Messi, this is professional wrestler Jimmy Valiant, the Boogie Woogie Man. Tell my people, my brothers and sisters, don't you dare miss Booking the Territory. Oh, yeah.
This is a one-man gang. You're listening to Booking the Territory Pro Wrestling Podcast.
Welcome back, everyone, to this week's episode of Book in the Territory, the Unprofessional Wrestling Podcast. For today, we're covering WCW Saturday Night on TBS from September the 14th, 1991. I'm sitting here with Doc and Hard Body Harper. It's almost 9 o'clock, and I'm tired. Doc's tired, so it's probably going to be about a 30-minute episode. Anyway, Doc, how are you?
Hit the tagline.
Hit the tagline.
Fuck.
What's up, man?
So not only was it the 10-hour work shoot job that went straight to the soccer practice that I was covering because the missus is sick, then it's the drive home knowing I'm late. Mike, you know what that does to a person's head.
Oh, yeah. Especially me and you.
It's pouring down rain.
I told Harper that how bad it was raining. It's raining very hard.
So I was hydroplaning across town to get here for this bullshit.
Well, no, I don't want you to do that.
No, let's knock it out of the park. Let's do it again. The best three-man booth in the business.
That's right. Well, Harper, how are you?
Harper, we missed you last week for reasons that no one knows about. What happened?
Well, it was just a long. Forgot to get it till like 9, and I just said, "Fuck it, I'm tired." I'm old. And I gotta work with fucking children.
I'm old. I'm tired. I work with fucking children.
You're talking about the shoot job, right? Not us.
Yeah. So,
and these shoot jobs must have a New Year's resolution in 2023 to put the boots to the common man.
Fuck, now I know why they call them shoot jobs.
Because they make you want to shoot yourself.
Yeah, come on.
They make you want to do the Von Erich and Burger King thing. I mean, it's true. No lies detected.
Shit makes me want to cut off my foot and hang myself in a fast food walk-in.
I mean, yeah, it's true. All right, real quick, special shout out to our largest page contributors monthly, Disrespectfully Classy, Marky Blassie, Mike Childry, Joe Ice, and good old Justin. Thank you for your generous support on Patreon each and every week. No new patrons this week, but if you'd like to become one, tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT is the place where you can do so to get access to our last clash, the pay-per-views that we've done for WCW, all the ECW shows, the NWA Power shows with Sparks and Little Fella Half Pint. All of that's available on Patreon, tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. Any extra shows we do, even outside of that, are all up on Patreon. Doc and I did every single episode and reviewed every single episode of Tales from the Territories last year. So all that's available on Patreon still, tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. Best way to support this show. There are no ads at this time. Can't promise that for the future. Wink, wink.
Wait, what? Excuse me? Do you own or rent your home?
No, we're not going there. I'm not saying there's anything imminent.
If I could swing one of those chili sleep things for free, I'd pimp that.
Bro, that must be great, dude. The fucking Omaha steaks and just getting that shit for free just to go on your podcast. Go, those such 15. Well, they got a hot dog. And then they just give you free shit.
Wow.
That's what I want.
You gave them a free ad just now. You realize that, right?
Well, yeah.
The first one's free, but the second one's going to cost you.
Yeah.
The taste is free.
Yeah.
Hey, I got something here.
Okay.
I figured out one way that we're better than Jim Cornette's podcast.
What's that?
I'm not saying all of them or even more than one, but let me tell you something. If I had to come on this podcast and read about all you listeners' dead pets,
oh God, for real.
I wouldn't make it to the Burger King before it ended.
Yeah.
Man, there is nothing worse than having to put down a pet. And if you have to or you lose your pet somehow, I feel real bad for you. But this is my escape from reality for an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours. And I can't handle that. Look, now, if you want to write in and talk about like the most alcoholic drinks you ever had in one setting and like then what happened, that's cool. Or like back in the day when you used to, think about banging some bitches, some crazy scandalous story. But I don't want to hear about Fluffy the cat taking a dirt nap.
I don't know what you're talking about right now.
That Casey Kasem type shit.
Harper, he does that a lot now, right?
I'll be honest, I just listen to clips.
What are you talking about, Doc? Can you help clarify?
Every week he's reading like how their listeners, the experienced listeners had to like, oh, I recently had to put down our German Shepherd. Bruh.
Oh, okay.
I'd rather listen to Dong Crouton commercials than somebody losing their pet.
You need to be clear what you're saying, though. You're not making fun of people losing their pet. You're saying you don't want to hear about it.
I just don't want to hear about it.
Yeah, that's kind of depressing, man. Any of us who've ever lost pets, and I think that is all three of us here who've gone through that at some point in time.
Well, yeah, they all die.
Yeah, it sucks, bro. It's like...
Father Tom's gonna power bomb your dog. That's just the way it is.
It really sucks.
At Susie the other day, I was like, "How many more years I got with your stupid ass?" About 10.
What is she like? 2 now or 3?
She's like 3.
Yeah, I mean, you realize it after like especially if you get them when they're a puppy or they're young, like let's say a year or 2. Once you've had them for like 3 years, you start going, "Damn," I mean, some breeds live longer than others, but other ones, man, you just start thinking about it, man. I mean, it's just natural. I'm like, man, I want to hang around.
And before we had kids, we had a dog that was like our kid, and it got a tumor in the jaw. We had surgery done on it. That was expensive. Yeah. And then she ended up dying a few months later anyway. And I hate to be shitty, but I got humans to take care of now.
See, now there comes the real deal.
Yeah, well, what about the pet insurance? Have y'all ever looked into that?
Maybe we should have that as a sponsor.
See, my sister had that, and her dog ate a fucking sock, and so they had to pump his stomach out to pull the fucking sock out. So when she tried to make a claim, right, it's fucking health insurance, they wouldn't pay it because they said it's your fault.
An act of God.
No, because you left the fucking sock out for the dog to get, so you caused the situation. So fuck you, we ain't paying for it. You caused this.
Okay, so I don't think that's how we want to read the ad copy for our new sponsors.
Yeah.
Well, there are no new sponsors. Y'all just got carried away, but okay.
No, you said what might be.
Man, you made I feel like Harper and I are doing consumer protection for the listeners when you're like, oh, maybe we'll do some ads. Hey, we ain't discussed nothing like that.
Yeah.
You're sitting like you're riding with the 2 best pitchmen in the business. We just ain't got nothing to pitch.
Yeah. Remember the guy that had the fucking toy store or something when we first started?
No, not him.
No, I'm just saying. Remember that?
Oh, yeah, I do remember it. I really actually wish the Don Crouton people would have been serious, because I certainly would have loved to have seen Harper pitch that, because I think he would have been a great pitch man. I mean, he's pitching that thing around, Look, I had Armando tag me this week in the Squirter episode, okay? So you can't tell me that hard body Harper couldn't pitch a Don Crouton.
Well, speaking of Don Croutons, I think we ought to all send our best wishes to the King, Jerry the King Lawler, fighting, hopefully recovered by the time people listen to this from the recent stroke he just had.
Oh, fuck. It's a bad stroke? Like he's all...
Brian Alvarez said that he was found face down in the driveway of his house or parking lot or something, and he had surgery, and he's expected to make a recovery. But man, strokes will take a bite out of your ass.
Yeah.
And he's 73, right? So I mean, it's not like shit. I sleep hard, and I wake up like all fucked up, like I had a stroke.
Boy, you ain't lying about that.
40s. I can't imagine, the stroke.
Yeah. I sleep bad in my late 40s, and I'm like, God damn, what happened last night?
Shit, I'm like, I got to call into work and like make some, check out, make sure I don't need to go start digging the 6-foot hole in the backyard to jump in. So we hope, we want to wish a speedy recovery to the King so that he could get back out there and be slaying that ass like he likes to do.
That's nice. On that note, Doc, let's talk about some 5-star reviews. I'm gonna do the first one on Podcast Addict. We got one on Podcast Addict from Paul T on February 3rd. He said, one of the top 3 wrestling podcasts out there, the 3 realest guys in the room, no bullshit, no nonsense reviews of wrestling past and society's future.
You can't teach that.
You can't teach that. That's a good one, Paul T. Thank you very much for submitting your Podcast Addict review. Now, Doc, do you have your... we actually got a couple of... We got 3 different 5 stars. Yeah, so go ahead.
3. And I got to say, I appreciate that because it had been a while since we'd had one, and then we had a little lag. So, again, as always, we read them when they come in. It's just we're working around some things. This is one we got 5 stars from the end of January. Guy 1088. It was 5 stars and just said Jay Briscoe in all caps.
Yeah, it's because we did a great tribute to him, and I mean we pushed through the episode that night when none of us wanted to do it because we got the news right before we went on air.
Yeah.
Thank you, Guy. We appreciate it.
Absolutely, and we feel the same way about Jay Briscoe for sure. We got one just this past week. I guess this is probably early February. Didn't have a date on it, and I ain't, whatever. This is, I'm just gonna spell this out. It's CRSZ1.
I know who that is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's a longtime BTT Hall of Fame Patreon member. His name is Chris Zanto, not Zoncha. Not Zoncha, Harper.
Slow down. No. Quit giving that asshole his moment in the sun and give this asshole his moment in the sun. Quit giving one Chris their moment in the sun. And Doc doesn't say Chris. He says, quit giving that asshole, give this asshole. That's nice, Doc. You're an asshole. Yeah. His is titled BTT Army, 5 stars, of course. He says, I love these shows. I'm a loyal soldier in the B. Well, he said BBT.
Nah, just typo.
Well, I was wondering if it was BBW.
Harper would know something about that.
Right.
BBW?
Big, beautiful woman.
Oh, okay.
I love the interaction between Mike, Doc, and Harper. Best parts of my week. Book it.
Bitch.
Way to finish that one off.
He's in the Facebook group, Harper. You've seen his post before, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Boy, I got to take a drink of cold beer before this next one.
This is as he's taking a sip of beer. This one is from. I'm not even saying who it's from. I'm gonna let Doc say who it's from, but it's titled "Circle Circle Doc." Not ... Doc, like
this
a boat dock.
Eunoch Rock.
Yes, this is good.
The all caps the definitive wrestling podcast by 2 men who are straight up over it and a grown man-child in desperate need of printer toner. BTT is dedicated to bringing you the most insightful and hilarious wrestling commentary without ever taking a week off. Doc fits recording in between youth soccer games. Harper occasionally shows up And Mike holds it all together like only the bassist from REM could. Cheaper than therapy and better than listening to ad reads. I'm not saying BTT brought down the Berlin Wall, but I'm not saying it didn't.
Bullshit, pal. We brought down the wall.
Hey,
Yeah.
we've raised the dead, and now we've ended communism as we know it.
That's right, damn it.
Don't.
Like David Hasselhoff.
We were there planting the seeds for this podcast 15 years prior 25 years prior
Right.
at the Berlin Wall.
Yeah. Mike Mills, tear down this wall.
Tear down this wall. Oh,
Bruh,
man.
Speaking of soccer games, Mike, I got to tell you the heartache that's coming here.
Okay.
We had both kids. Get this, both kids are now in 2 leagues. So each kid has a game on Saturday and each kid has a game on Sunday.
Bless your heart.
So the Sunday game for the boy got moved to, and you know where I live. Got moved to McKinney Saturday morning at 8:00.
No, we'll just drive to Oklahoma while you're going.
Right.
How far away is that?
It's over an hour.
Yeah,
Fuck!
it's a ride.
And the girl has a game Sunday at 4:45. Now, why would that be a problem?
Sunday at
Super Bowl.
This Sunday?
Yes.
That's fucking bullshit.
Why?
Go.
Why?
Who schedules that?
Exactly.
Why?
So
What? Like
this
White
is
people.
Yeah, exactly. So this is for everybody listening. We're recording prior to the Super Bowl, so that's that. Now, I may just stand out in the middle of the soccer field and wait for the aliens to beam me up, unless the Chiefs decide to ball out. Though
he's ready for humanity to end. If the Eagles
it's over, man.
win again.
2-time champions. Come on, I can't do this.
But what if the Eagles win?
He's not going to show up next week. He's going to leave it to me and you going to review a show. And every time I say, Harper, what do you think? Well, that was fine. Okay, next match. Well, Harper, what do you think? It's fine. Okay,
That's great.
next match. Yeah, that's what's going to happen next week if the Eagles win.
Here's the thing: we could have beat them. We couldn't beat the 49ers. I get that.
Doc, just let it go, man. It's over for your team this year.
No. Hey, you know what though? I got out the maps,
Jesus
the
Christ.
flat maps, not the globe, the flat maps. Because now that
Right.
football season's over, it's all basketball, and we got Mr. No Dinosaurs, Flat Earth, hating on certain people, Kyrie Irving, and it's on now, brother.
Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah.
He didn't talk himself into it. Actually, you haven't talked yourself into it. No. You ain't talked yourself into it. You've just accepted the fact that, Jesus Christ, I got to deal with this idiot.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you've done. He's a moron. He's not a good team player, in my opinion. Then I don't even want to get into the just stupid stuff that he says and tweets. Okay, Doc, I have a question.
Mike hit me with, apparently you said this last week, and I was like, okay. What was it, Mike? What was it that got us in trouble?
It didn't get us in trouble. I just don't know what you're talking about. Come on, bro. There was a lot of time happened between now and last week. Are you saying I said you said something last week?
Yeah, you were like, you said something last week, and I was like, I don't even know what you're talking about. And you're like, the funny thing is, you really don't have a clue of what you said.
Okay. I know what it was. Now it's jogging a memory. So, wait, real quick, I'm going to answer that question. But before, Kyrie Irving, just give me your thought on that real quick. What are you going to do about this?
So here's the thing. I watch a lot of Mavericks basketball, and this team was not constructed to do what it needed to do. And Luka was playing a lot. And the problem with that is he has a player option in a couple of years. You can't let him get to an opt-out without making a swing at some things. So is this risky? Of course it is. Could it blow up? Absolutely. But they're also now talking that the Mavericks are trying real hard to pry DeAndre Ayton out of Phoenix, who had 35 and 15 tonight. And if you pair those three together, let's get it on. You got to do something, and you got to try it. And the team is currently constructed was not getting it done, and Luka was really having to go after it. So, is he the preferred guy I'd like to go after? No.
All right, I'm glad you've talked yourself into that. You asked me a question.
It could blow up tomorrow in game 1. I don't know.
Yeah,
shit. I'm trying to call up the aliens to come in by Sunday. So
right.
There's some guarantees here.
It's Rajon Rondo Part 2, but okay.
I was telling fucking Mike that I fucking locked my keys in the car today.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Do you have a Slim Jim?
No, I'm not 1985.
Does that work these days?
I don't think you could use that now.
Yeah, I don't know.
So how'd you get them out? You called Lady Harper?
No, I had to call fucking Papa Lock.
Did they have a Slim Jim?
No, they got that fucking. It's like a pump that they stick in there, and they pump it, and it between the door and the window, and they pump it, and it expands like a bag, enough space to where they can put the thing down there, and they clunk, and they fucking unlock it. Now I'm gonna send you the picture.
Okay.
Of the car that the guy pulled up in.
Okay.
All right.
Now while we're waiting on that, that seems a lot more involved than just having a Slim Jim. And you remember back in the day when y'all are all standing around like fucking with shit, and somebody pulled out the Slim Jim and everybody started cheering. Like, who was the guy that rolled up with like, I got a Slim Jim?
Yeah, I like the fucking the fucking coat hanger.
Yeah, I've done it with the coat hanger.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'm not the handiest guy in the world either. Like, but I've done that. I've also, in my old Cutlass Supreme, moved the window enough without breaking it to have a loop on the coat hanger to stick around the little knob that was hanging up and work it that way.
I did that too.
What the shit? Is this fucking Doc Hudson?
Yeah, that's what the guy pulled up in.
Harper, tell them what kind of car it was. Because they can't see the picture.
Papa Lock, bro. That's Deathmobile 666.
What year is it, Harper?
It's a 1949 Cadillac. I couldn't fucking believe it.
Bruh, let me tell you. The only reason it happened is because it was Harper. This happens to no one else. Harper's sitting there.
And it's got Mardi Gras beads on the front.
Oh, yeah.
He pulls up, and Harper's like, holy shit. Go ahead, Harper. Keep telling Doc the story.
And I'm like, bro, how old's that car? It's like, it's a 49. I'm like, Jesus. I was like, why are you driving this? He's like, well, because I like driving it. I'm like, what the and then I said, well, how do you find parts? He says, dude, I just kind of like just make shit. And
I've heard guys say that before.
I said, well, how you find fucking wiper blades? He says he just takes like a wiper blades and he cuts them to where, they could, for the size, and he just zip ties them to the fucking handle. And that's his wiper blades.
Now, how much did you pay Mr. Papa Lock to pop you open and get you free?
$65 fucking dollars.
And you've been mad at yourself ever since, haven't you?
Yes, I felt like a fucking idiot.
Yeah. Because it happens, and everybody gets a mulligan on. Everybody gets a pass on that. Like everybody makes mistakes.
It pisses me off because this car's a 2019. How the fuck How does that? I figured if the keys are in a car, it senses it, and the door doesn't fucking lock. Because my Malibu does that.
Man, Mrs. Duck's always on my ass. Why'd you leave that door while you're doing this? And I'm like, because we got one set of keys for my car. We don't even have a spare.
Oh, fuck that.
And I'm like, I ain't locking my shit in that shit.
Yeah.
What are you doing? What are you doing, Doc? Not locking my keys in the car. Because I ain't done that since I was a teenager.
I love when he told me that. Then I see the picture of this car now. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Of course, you had to call Papa Lock for the first time in 20 years. And of course, the dude pulled up in a 1949 vehicle. And
the only thing better would have been if he'd have been Amish and pulled up in a horse and buggy.
I said, "Fuck you! You look like you're about to take on John Travolta at fucking Thunder Road on fucking Grease."
Oh man!
Look at that thing! God damn!
And it ain't completely restored looking either.
Oh hell no!
No, he drives it around regularly.
Yeah, like that's his everyday car. Like
that's his daily driver.
Yeah, like that's his Honda Accord.
Harper, that bitch probably gets 6 miles to the gallon.
Yeah, and I said, so what kind of insurance do you have? I'm thinking you must have some special insurance. No, I just got regular fucking insurance.
He's like, insurance?
Yeah, what's that?
I'm gonna have to post a picture so the patrons can see what kind of vehicle this is.
Like about to go do some ghost busting.
Yeah, for real. For Elliot Ness looking shit.
Okay. Anything else, Doc, or you want to get into some wrestling?
Oh. And I was just looking into it. I said, well, dude, how many miles are on? He's like, bro, I have no idea. The numbers are just so faded. It's just white. And I'm
turned to dust.
And I'm looking on the floorboard. He has them old cars, like especially those old trucks where the floor would fucking rust out.
Yes.
He had a fucking license plates. He had license plates welded on the fucking floorboard to like as like patches.
Oh, I'm half surprised you didn't ask him to like drive you around the neighborhood to see how it rides.
Well, that would have been fun. If I bought that motherfucker.
Hey, can you just, like for shits and giggles, take me around the block for a second? I want to see what this feels like.
Swing me around.
It smell like cocoa butter in that thing?
Oh,
Jesus.
No.
Okay, we're gonna talk some wrestling. Old school.
Yeah, let's zoom through this.
All right, so we're talking WCW from September the 14th, 1991. This show is one of those episodes where they replay a bunch of stuff in it and do a lot of pre-taped promos because of most of the matches on this show happened before the last Clash. So JR and Paulie, they throw to several clips and backstage promos. So just keep that in mind. I'm not sure where the matches were taped from because I actually...
How about a wrestling ring?
I use the site WWE.com, history of WWE.com to usually look up, attendance and where they tape it. But anyway, with this one, there was no results, and it seemed to be like maybe a mix of matches. Some of them may have been center stage, Georgia Mountain Center, but I don't have official records, so there's that. During the intro, they show some clips of Ron Simmons and Lex Luger from the Clash, and they also show part of the ceremony where Ron Simmons goes into the FSU Ring of Honor or Hall of Fame. I'm not sure which one it is for them. We then head to JR and Paulie on commentary, and they are running down what we'll see today before heading to the ring to start off this show. Nice and cold with a 6-star mat classic between Tom Zink, the Z-Man, versus Sergeant Buddy Lee Parker. We get a picture-in-picture from Z-Man talking about Luger. Z-Man is delusional talking about Luger, but I just don't know what else to say about this match. Z-Man's going to win with a super kick and then a cross body from the top. Wrong guy won. Doc, what are your thoughts?
It was the promo. I like to look at the ticket book there.
Me
How
too.
do you think where do you think they got Buddy Lee's ticket book from?
Army supply store or some shit. I don't know.
Okay.
It looks like a real ticket book, doesn't it?
It really does. Yeah. I don't know what a ticket. Well, I do know what a ticket book looks like nowadays. I see it on that on Patrol Live or Live Patrol, Live PD or whatever it is.
Zink gave pretty much a variation of the same promo that he gave last week about Luger. So, the preoccupation with Wyndham and Simmons is fine, but that does kind of harken back to the old days where the baby faces were cutting on the promos on the heels and all that. We have not seen James Earl Wright in a while.
I thought
Buddy
about
Lee's
that too.
Been singles for a while by himself.
Not only that, but he's tagged with partners that really weren't James Earl Wright. So I honestly don't remember if James Earl Wright is just like gone during this time period. But I mean, Parker's there, and
he's either at the donut shop or got a speed trap set up.
They should have got a run with the world straps, bro. State Patrol.
Come on, that episode with Blassie, and I heard you just calm down.
Filleting the State Patrol.
Yes. Hey, when you're white, you don't have to do that. You don't have to fillet the State Patrol.
Wow, that's nice. You're an asshole.
Remember that movie Bad Lieutenant, Harper?
Yeah, I remember that.
When he pulls over those two girls?
Yeah. You see that, Mike?
No, but there's no law against fast relief.
Never.
Alka-Seltzer to the rescue.
The older you get, the faster you want it so that you can get back to doing other things.
Boy, you ain't lying. Any other thoughts on Z-Man defeating Buddy Lee Parker?
No.
We got to go to Arn. Look, here's the Rolex of the week right here. So let's go to it now. Arn Anderson and the Enforcers, Larry Zbyszko, here they are.
Jim Ross and Paulie dangerously back at ringside here on WCW. In just a few moments, we'll see the World Tag Team Champions in action. I think this is probably the finest wrestling team ever assembled.
Oh, no doubt about it. Arn Anderson and Larry Zbyszko, the Enforcers. And I've told you for so many weeks, this would be the next World Tag Team Champions, and I was right.
Here are some pre-recorded comments from the Enforcers.
You people are looking at two men who live by the adage, to err is human, to forgive is real stupid. So to you people who get in the ring with the Enforcers, do not make any mistakes, because forgiveness is not the business we're in.
We knew what it took to win these belts, and we know what it's going to take to keep them. You see, now your head is on the chopping block, yours and mine. We have no friends. We have no allies, because in this business, there are people that want things, and there are people that have things. We have the most coveted trophy in all of tag team sports. We're the World Tag Team Champions. Me, for the fourth time, probably the last. When we're ready to give these up, it'll be through retirement, not by losing them. You're looking at the team of the 90s, the Enforcers.
All right, can I give him my Rolex now? I mean, Arn's out here talking about, we have no friends in this business. There are people who want things and people who have things. And guess what? He's one of them people who has things. Hit the tagline, Harper.
Book it, bitch.
I'm still stuck on last week's. Power without discipline is chaos.
Yeah, we should probably tell Harper about that one. So Harper,
I just did.
No, well, I was going to say he was talking about Bill Kazmaier, Harper.
Oh, yeah.
He's talking about
right.
Yeah, all those muscles, and he's like, all that power without discipline is chaos as they hold the belts. And Doc and I were like, shut it down. Yeah, we both gave our Rolexes to Arn. By the way, Mike Prue, who does the ECW show on the Patreon feed for us, he said, this was a really good suggestion, that we should rename the Rolex Award the Toot Award for Arn Anderson. Thoughts?
I don't really like the outside influence on the show.
That's nice. Yeah. Who do these people think they are?
Let us handle creative. You handle. You stay in that 18 inches out there in the seats.
That's right.
Any other thoughts on
T-shirt.
Jesus? Any other thoughts on the enforcers?
Yeah, 12. Oh, we're in the match here where they're fighting Joey Maggs and somebody.
Terry Bronson.
Thank you. 12-10, please. I have 3 timestamps here, or 2 timestamps. We'll take that. We'll take that under consideration. That I always like that move right there.
Like a backbreaker where you're stretching him out.
Yeah, you're stretching him out a little bit, but you're not really. He's taking care of him.
You mean he's working?
What? That's gentleman wrestling.
Yeah.
Just fake.
Can I get a 14:30?
14:30, yes, sir. What are we looking for here on 14:30?
I don't know. All I got is that it's funny. I take great notes.
All right. So
they're
Arn's
pushing on his head.
Yeah, Arn's got the guy in a Boston Crab. Larry Zbyszko comes
Tagged
in.
out with himself.
Mm-hmm.
Then
Goes
he's
right
in
back
the
into the
crab.
crab.
He applies the crab, and he's going to push on his head.
Arn's on the outside. He pushes Larry Zbyszko's head. That's for leverage. That's nice. It really is.
These guys are awesome. And I got to tell you, the Zbyszko Arn tag team has been the best thing I've seen that I didn't see from my dark period.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
this
far,
is good stuff.
Yeah, they're great. Their promos are great. Their matches are great, and that's going to end it right there.
They complement each other really well. They both
do.
Like Larry Zbyszko is a different type of promo. It's effective, but it's not like Arn Anderson. And then Arn, he's like the closer on the promos every time.
Yes.
That's the old Ronnie Garvin move right there.
Let me just snap that hammy in two.
But they're just really good together, man. Like, just no other way to say it.
They shook hands at the end like we did our job.
Didn't break a sweat. Well, Arn's got a little sweat going, but you know.
But man, so far things like I've never really seen, they've been the best. Them and Van Hammer, yeah, right there.
God, Van Hammer. Speaking of Van Hammer,
give me a Virginia Slim.
I was texting. God, I'm sure he's okay with me sharing this. I was texting with Bobby Blaze after I said I needed to text him about Van Hammer, and I was like, Bobby, how well did you know him? And he's like, oh yeah, I knew him well. Okay, tell me about him. He's like, that big bastard. He used to smoke them skinny ass bitch cigarettes, those Virginia Slim 120s. He's like, I used to catch flights with him all the time, and he'd be in the airport smoking those little sissy bitch cigarettes.
I wonder why he would smoke those of all kind.
Like, I knew people that would smoke like Camel Wides.
Yeah.
Like, it's more tobacco for the same money.
Right.
So were Virginia Slims more expensive?
I don't know.
Probably earlier today.
Nobody's listening. It's just the three of us.
That's why he's laughing. Man.
When's the last time you bought a pack of cigarettes?
Earlier today.
Also earlier today. Dude, I have a path that I've been, my little outdoor runs, and there's a house, and somebody's always outside smoking. And here I am jogging 3 miles, and I can smell that cigarette outside, and it smells so good. And I just want to stop and
Dude, they got every morning. I got to take a morning shit, right?
That sounds
usually
familiar.
what happens. Yeah.
And there's one of those truck stop. Well, y'all might not have them. Those truck stop casinos. Y'all have those?
Mm-mm.
No, but I know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like the big truck stop gas station, and they have a quote unquote casino where it's just like slot machines and video poker shit. And that's where
Joker poker bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can smoke in there. And when I walk in there to take a shit, I swear to God, it smells like what Denny's used to smell like when I was a kid, when there was a smoking section. It's because you're not used to smelling, cigarette smoke inside a building anymore. And dude, it smells just like fucking Denny's, or you walked into Shoney's or something back when you were a kid. When they
In the 80s.
Bruh, I swear to God, it smells exactly like that. It smells like a Shoney's or fucking Denny's from the 80s.
Yeah.
I'm afraid to open that fucking door.
Notice he didn't answer when he bought a pack of cigarettes, so that's fine.
When?
Let's keep moving. Oh, the other thing. Ben Martin, longtime patron, Hall of Fame patron. Oh, Ben, actually, I should have shouted you out because you bumped up to the Hall of Fame level. Ben sent me a note this week also about Van Hammer. We were talking about Van Hammer a second ago before Harper started talking about the Denny smell and the Shoney smell. I know exactly what you're talking about. He said Arn Anderson recently told a story on his podcast about Van Hammer. So, WCW, they taped Van Hammer's actual debut the week before he debuted, on the Clash. So they filmed it, on a Saturday night before the actual Clash. And Arn Anderson, Bobby Eaton, and somebody else was like in the hallway at center stage, just kind of like standing there. And Arn says Van Hammer walks out of the dressing room, shakes hands with, Arn and Bobby Eaton, and tells them to, don't worry, I'm here to save the company. And then he walks off.
I've heard that.
Arn was like, we all looked at him like, who the hell is this goofball? And apparently he told that same thing to like Cactus Jack, Tracy Smothers. He was like, yeah, guys, I'm here to save the company. Come on, man.
Y'all are welcome.
Yeah, right. All right. So Harper, what'd you get? Some Camel no filters today, or what kind did you go for?
I didn't know they still make those anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. You get you some Cools or some Newports? Which one? Oh, you got the Newports.
I got those Salems.
Salems.
Fuck, you know what I was thinking, Doc? You remember the fucking Harley Davidson cigarettes?
Mm-hmm.
That popped into my head for some fucking reason.
Also, I had a lot of buddies that smoked American Spirits.
Oh, yeah. Well, now that's the thing. Those things are fucking $10 a pack.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah. Fuck you.
How much were they when you started?
Cigarettes?
Yeah, when you
started. My God, dude. $1?
You were 8, so how much were they?
I was like, oh, he started smoking in 1984, so.
Right.
I see, like, when I was in high school, they were like $1.
When I started, it was $1.99.
Oh, fuck. They were like $1 here, and there was a brand called Mustangs that were the cheapest fucking cigarettes on the planet. They're like 75 cents a pack, bro.
I wasn't doing that.
3/4. If you could get a pack of cigarettes.
Gross.
Isn't that fucking crazy? And yeah.
I remember when I was in high school, after I left my Burger King job that I had been at for like, I don't know, close to 2 years or whatever it was, year and a half. I don't remember exactly.
That's what's crazy is that not only did we do this, but we also did it both for a long time.
Bro, I was working at a grocery store after Burger King though. I'll tell you off air, Harper, which one it was. And I remember the cigarettes, a carton, you could get like a carton for $18, $19.
Dude, I used to get those coupons in the mail.
Jeez.
And I used to for like $5 off a carton. I'll get a carton for like fucking $15.
So you could get a carton from the grocery store at $18 to $19. How many packs are in a carton, Harper?
It's what, 10, huh, Doc?
10. Yeah.
Okay. So.
And if you're smart, you put the other ones in the freezer so that they're like staying fresh.
So, but my next thing was going to be for y'all is how much is one pack of just, regular, Marlboros or whatever? I don't know what
now? They're probably like $7.50.
$7.50?
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right, so almost $7 to $8 a pack, just a one pack. So how much is a carton now of those?
Oh fuck.
$75, $70.
That's unreal. There's no dude. I wasn't a smoker back then.
You know what hasn't changed?
What?
Minimum wage. And you know who's going to be smoking most of the? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Of a cart. Now, Harper, back when you were a bad Catholic and you smoked more than you do now? What was your brand?
I guess back then Marlboro. Well, you see, when I first started, it was Marlboro Reds.
Oh.
Because you gotta be like John Wayne or whatever.
You're smoking like tree bark, okay?
Yeah, and then of course you see cigarettes. It's like beer, where you start off drinking Budweiser back then because you don't want to look like a pussy. They eventually realize that's bullshit, and you just drink fucking Bud Light or Miller Lite or something. And then everyone switches to fucking Marlboro Lights.
I started with Marlboro Lights. Yeah. Well, you start with Reds too. You're right. I started with Reds, and then I went to mediums, and then I went to lights. And then I switched over at like 22 or so to like Camels.
Jesus Lord.
Camel
Y'all used to have the thing, Doc, when they would when the cigarette reps would
oh shit, yeah, I'd be like, let me sign up for this.
Yes.
You sign up for it. I don't smoke. I don't give a shit what you do. Sign up for this.
Bruh, I would walk out there with like 5 or 6 packs of cigarettes.
Man, my knees were bent. My knees are buckling with all the cigarettes. You find and man, we had a system built where even before like text messages, man, somebody come running in and be like, the Camel reps over 3 doors down, and we'd all be like, we'll be back to close out our tabs and be running over there. Fuck yes.
Freeloading bastards.
And those reps didn't care. So you'd be like, I'm going to put my finger up like a mustache and be somebody else to re-sign up for this shit.
Yeah.
I never did this shit. Jesus.
Yes. And this was like back when like laptops were, you could just like carry them around. And I asked you, so what's your favorite brand? If your favorite brand's out, what's your second brand? You just, and then here's your 2 fucking packs.
Two packs.
So I think it was Winston's would give you 2 packs, and then you get your fucking two or three of your fucking buddies who don't smoke, bro. You got fucking 6-pack of fucking smokes, bro.
I just
beating the system, ain't you?
I just took care of the next week.
Oh yeah.
And here's the thing, they're paying this rep like minimum wage, maybe a couple bucks more, and his job is to come back with an empty bag of cigarettes.
Yeah.
I gave them all away. He doesn't care. They don't care. They're collecting addresses and stuff from people, just like wrestlers were. The wrestling companies were. Oh, we'll send in cards to Magnum TA so that we can get you on the mailing list.
Right. Exactly.
And then you start. Yeah.
And people like me and Harper didn't give a shit what all the game was. We only saw the end game and how we would profit from this. Because then, if you're sitting there with 6 packs of cigarettes, you're like, shit. Well, I'm set for the next week.
Dude, yeah, dude, for real, dude.
So now I'm a week up on shit that costs me money, and I don't have a lot of money. And I'm addicted to this shit, so it's not like I can just. This isn't discretionary income anymore. I'm feeding it an addiction. This money's going down a hole in my. Money's going down a hole in my arm.
Harper, my job in New Orleans back in the day, they just fine sister that worked there, and all the dudes was trying to get with her. I'm bringing this up because. This one guy was like, man, she's so cold. She's so cold. And one day he's I don't know, walking outside and sees her on a smoking patio, and she's firing up a lung dart of Cool Filter King, right? And he comes back in and he looks like he's heartbroken, right? He's walking back in. And I was like, man, what the hell's wrong with you? Man, I just saw Tanya. I was like, what's wrong with Tanya? He's like, she just like the rest of these old ghetto ass hoes. She out there smoking a cool Filter King. I can't do nothing but that. I'm like, what? Bruh, I was so confused. And I was like, I didn't understand why he was so heartbroken. I'm like, man, you ain't never seen that broad out there smoking? Anyway.
I think that's why I noticed a lot of like black dudes smoke those cheap cigars that's like 2 for $1.
Black and Miles?
Yeah, well, they're the ones that got the little tip at the end.
Yeah, Black and Miles has a tip on the end.
Yeah, dude, they're fucking 2 for $1. I said, I'm thinking, fuck, that's probably why they smoke them, because they're so fucking cheap.
Dude, them things are terrible too. Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike, how many cigarettes have you smoked in your life?
Oh God, no more than probably 10. And I had to be really stressed out about something and just around a couple of dudes firing them up for me to just, give me one of them cancer sticks. So it ain't often. A parent died or something.
Yeah.
Like,
now,
then
if you don't
again,
do it all the
that
time
was.
and then you did it, did that work for you?
It actually gave me a little lightheaded feeling. Like,
oh yeah, that's a feature.
But I don't know, man. I just prefer, just drinking outside.
Yeah, just
like,
deal with it. Suck it up, buttercup.
Yeah, man. The smoking, bro, it's too quick of a hit. Like, there's no bang for the buck.
The blood-brain barrier fast.
Yeah, it's too quick, bro. It's like, and then you feel it, and then it's like it goes away so quick. It's like, nah, I can't do this. Like, they know what they doing, because you really feeding that machine when they get you hooked, and all the money you got to spend because it's such a quick hit. Like, you can't. I see how people go through, like, a pack in a day or more than that, because the hit is so quick and fast.
And when you're 5-6 beers in and those cigarettes are rolling, right? The vice industries are just sitting back and laughing.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. I would see dudes do that, like, they be drinking.
And when you get in the zone, and you know what I'm talking about, you're holding court with some friends. The tunes are loud, the women are around, the buddies are around, something's happening, a sporting event. Shit, I've smoked a pack of cigarettes during a fucking basketball game before playoffs and shit.
God damn.
You get nervous, you just start chain smoking, and then you had a 12-pack and a pack of smoke.
There's no bang for the buck, bro. Like, people say, yeah, but a good bottle of liquor costs a lot of money. You're going to get a lot more mileage out of that bottle, in my opinion.
My question was always, why do I have to choose? Let's do both.
Nah, man.
Will we lose a war here?
Nah. And I can't stand the way cigarette smoke smells now. Oh, man, that shit stinks. A nice cigar.
It either really stinks or it smells really good sometimes.
I can't stand smelling it in a house.
That's a little much. Like, if you're out on the porch, though, man, there's very few things that are better than having a drink and a cigarette and solving world's problems with some of your best friends, like outside on the patio.
Harper, I'm gonna bring a couple cigars when I come down to X-Rated on March.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, give you something that, tastes good instead of that.
So, what kind of cigars?
Philly Philly's blunts.
No. Good shit. Hey, we got to get the show moving. We're gonna be here till midnight.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we're not even 23 minutes in. Hey, we got to go now to the WCW Control Center with Paulie Dangerously. He reviews the Patriots defeating the Freebirds for the WCW US tag titles. Then he reviews what's been happening with Sting and Cactus Jack. Sting cuts a promo. It's pathetic. He talks a little, but there's no how. And then we go to Cactus Jack to hear what Cactus thinks about this situation. I need to play this, Doc, and we'll react on the other side. Here it is.
Sting, why don't you put down your crayons? Take your eyes off the mirror and take a good look at the picture of your miserable life. Is it getting any clearer? Can't you see, Sting? Can't you see that you can't fight what you don't understand? And when it comes to Cactus Jack, you haven't got a clue. You haven't got a clue. But I got some clues on you, buddy. First, it was Abdullah butchering you. Second, it was Cactus Jack making life as you once knew it a memory. And now we got surprise after surprise for your miserable little life. But you want to go on national TV. You want to go on national TV and lie to your little stingers. Tell them you're not afraid. Tell them you're a big man and you're not hard to find. Sting, my address is even easier. I'll be in your head.
Is it one of the contenders for the United States heavyweight?
I like that last line. I'll be in your head. Anyway, Doc, any thoughts on Cactus right there?
Once again, we're left with this guy'll never draw any money.
I mean, explain what you mean by that.
We don't need him.
Well, I mean, he's here now, so obviously we think we need him at this moment.
Yeah, we're going to cut him because he'll never amount to anything.
Well, you know, it happens.
There's no we see a seed there. We see something we could build upon. Nothing. No.
Well, of course, they made tons of mistakes. I mean, we know that. Cactus, Austin. Yeah. I mean,
yeah. Undertaker.
They're about to
Diesel.
Dude, they're about to get together one of the most underrated factions in wrestling history in a few months. And I don't think they realized what they had.
Are you talking about the American males?
No.
Oh.
Paulie's Dangerously's crew. I'm going to leave it at that.
I think it's so underrated because, I mean, not a lot of people were watching it back then.
Not as many people were watching it. Plus, it didn't last very long. Like, it wasn't like a big, lengthy, long, it wasn't like not that the Horsemen lasted 20 years, although it feels like it. The core Horsemen was just a very short time. I mean, we talked about this before, Doc, when you talk about the Freebirds and Von Erich feud. I mean, the main feud was like, 18 months to 2 years. But it's just one of those things that it just didn't last a long time. So, like, staying power wasn't there. But those people in that faction that Paulie had, Dangerous Alliance, I'll just say it, shit. He had pros. Like, he had a fucking faction. Most underrated. One of the most underrated for sure. But we'll keep moving. Cactus Jack is going to defeat Johnny Meadows with the modified double arm hook, underhook DDT. Lots of Cactus just beating the piss out of Meadows, especially at the end. He does the second rope or drops, goes to the second rope and drops an elbow on Meadows on the floor. Doc, you got anything from this one?
I just didn't think that Cactus needed to do the elbow out, the stuff outside on this one.
No.
Oh, yeah, he's got to. He's got to show he's crazy. I mean, that's his thing, right? Like, to do that move.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah.
Look,
he beat the piss out this fella.
Bro.
And then you're going to drop that. When you don't have to.
You sound like Ric Flair now when he's like, Cactus, you ain't got to do all that.
Well, I sound like Robert Fuller telling Kim Von Erich, we're doing more work than this job requires.
No, now that was 100% accurate. Kevin Von Erich definitely always wanted to do more work than the job required. And that was a stiff son of a gun, too.
We know.
But anyway, the WCW Top 10, we go through that again. And Z-Man is ranked above Johnny B. Bad, which is just wrong. And then Austin is finally ranked above Elegante. Thank God. That's all I got to say about that. All right, we keep moving. Dustin Rhodes is going to take on Bob Cook. And it's a quick match. Dustin with a hip toss to Cook. Bionic elbow followed by a nice lariat. And then the Bulldog for the win by pin. They didn't even go like 2 minutes or something like that. But Doc, any thoughts from you on Dustin picking up a win?
My only note is it was a solid little match.
Yeah, it was great.
You don't know.
I do. Watch. See, look. You look.
See, watch.
Look at him.
Look at him.
Watch.
Look at him, Tony. There he goes. He is. Look at him.
Look at him.
Throws him to the corner. There he comes.
Kick him.
Bulldog.
Kick him like a dog.
Whip him like a dog. Whip him. All right, we'll keep moving. Jim Ross and Paulie throw to a replay of Lex Luger, Harley Race, and Mr. Hughes attacking Wyndham and Simmons from last week. And then after the match, or after the replay, we then go to Barry Windham and Ron Simmons versus Rip Rogers and Jim Boss. It ends with a big lariat by Wyndham. He tags Simmons in, and Simmons delivers a spine buster. So they get the victory. Kind of nice. I mean, we got basically Wyndham's kind of finisher with the spine buster, or one of his finishers, and then Simmons with his, or Wyndham hit the lariat, and then Simmons hit the spine buster. Doc, any thoughts on this one?
Yeah, at the beginning, it looked like Rip was doing some dick dancing.
You got a timestamp?
At the beginning, in the introductions.
Oh, so before the match even starts?
Yes.
God, now, see, I didn't have that note. Now I want to see him dick dance.
Right.
Because Rip's funny, man. Rip's, I mean, I don't want to, he's not a clown, but he definitely is out there doing his best to entertain.
He's working his gimmick.
So it was during the, announcements?
Yes. Here, see?
Jesus Christ. Hey. He hits the flex.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, here it comes. What the fuck? It's not Stan Lane, but yes. Right. Boy. Okay.
The only show that gets this excited about dick dancing.
Any other thoughts, Doc?
I like Ron and Barry together. I think it's good. Ebony and Ivory, bro.
Yeah, you were talking about that last week, how you like how they put them together. All right. On that note, after they defeat Rip and Jim Boss, we then go to Paulie Dangerously in the Danger Zone with Lex Luger, Harley Race, and Mr. Hughes. We're going to listen to that and react to it on the other side. Some kind of good stuff here. Here we go.
7-time heavyweight champion of the world, Harley Race, and the world's most dangerous bodyguard, Mr. Hughes. And gentlemen, it appears to me that it's quite obvious your enemies have united together. They are... What?
Oh, here they come! Get out of the ring, Paulie! It's a fist fight right now. Simmons and Luger. Wyndham knocks Race outside, but Mr. Hughes nailing Barry Wyndham with that big right hand.
All right. The reason I played that little bit of it is because I just want to make a point how this is how it should be. They come out there to cut a promo. Simmons and Wyndham are pissed off from last week because they busted, basically Barry's face into the concrete. We're not going to wait around and let you yap and do all your bull crap for 15 minutes like you see nowadays on TV. No, before you even get started, I'm pissed. I have a personal issue, and I'm coming out here to whoop some ass. Doc, what were your thoughts?
Same thing. We don't need music. We don't need a long entrance. We have personal issues, and we need ain't nothing but air between us.
Harper, does anything piss you off more than when they stand out there and talk for 20 minutes?
Oh, I don't. It's just there's so much of it pisses me off.
I can't argue with that.
It's hard to find just one thing.
Yeah. When they stand there and when they get done with the sentence, the music stops and they look like, what? I didn't know that was going to happen.
Right. It's so choreographed. It's like, what the piss?
Yeah. What the hell?
You know what it's like? This is just, it's not what it is, but you know how, just 10 minutes ago, we literally had an 8 to 10 minute discussion on cigarette smoking. It's like they're having a casual conversation, but they're supposed to be pissed with each other.
Yes.
It was like we were talking about casually, cigarette smoke, and y'all are going through these examples of when the people just they're having that same discussion in a ring where they're supposed to have a personal issue, but I'm just going to let you talk and make all your points because this is a goddamn speech debate from high school and not an actual personal issue, and we're in the wrestling ring. That's the part that pisses me off the most whenever I think about that. It's like, what is this? Are we in high school right now? Oh, you went to high school with him? Okay. We'll keep moving now. So JR and Paulie wrap up the previous segment and tell us we'll hear some comments later on about the situation with Wyndham and Hughes and all that. Then Paulie and JR throw to a replay of the Enforcers hurting or injuring Bill Kazmaier before the match they had with the Steiners, or before they had with Steiner and Kazmaier. And then they show them defeating Kazmaier and Steiner to win the World Tag Team titles. Boy, the more I think about it, the more I'm like, Kazmaier really was in a really lucky spot. I mean, he was fighting for the World Tag Team titles. Anyway, we broke that all down at on the Clash, tinyurl.com/Patreon BTT. This show does not have ads at this time, so please support the show. Become a patron, tinyurl.com/Patreon BTT, where we talk all about this. After the clip airs of this tag match from the Clash, Paulie and JR speculate that the Freebirds now want the world tag titles from the Enforcers, and Paulie says, I'm surprised they don't want the U.S. tag belts back, but, you know, that may make sense because, you know, they want to prove how good they are and that they deserve the world belts. They literally went over like 7 minutes of replays here, Doc, so I'm going to keep moving if that's okay with you.
Yeah, did we see that?
We did. Yeah. That was from the Clash.
Right.
But and then we're going to see some now we're going to see some real crazy stuff.
Now this pissed Doc off. So Jim Ross throws to a replay clip of Sting versus Stunning Steve Austin in the Omni, where we already talked about it, but there was a one-night tournament to determine the U.S. champion. Remember, Luger lost the title. He had to give it up because he became world champion. There were 11 guys in this tournament, and Sting and Austin were in the final. Now, we talked about it and litigated this already. Why the hell Austin is in this, I don't know. Just didn't make much sense to me because he's the world television champion. Why do you want to do this? Doc, what did you have from this with Austin and Sting?
Let's beat our TV champ so that we can crown a U.S. champ with so much talent in the promotion.
They didn't have to do it.
No, how about we send out Scott Hall and Sting to go 25 minutes for the title where Sting wins like you know he would, but the stud comes out tough.
I don't know if we talked about it. Did we talk about the bracket, how it even got to this point?
I don't know. I don't care.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just wondering if we even got to that point. I mean, like the thing was, you had Sting, you had Arn Anderson in this, you had the Diamond Stud, you had Bobby Eaton.
You didn't have to do this.
You had Steve Austin, Zinc, you had Johnny B. Bad, Yellow Dog, Ricky Morton, and Dustin Rhodes were all in this tournament. We couldn't get someone else to face Sting, and because here's the thing: the Johnny B. Bad Yellow Dog match was a draw. The Ricky Morton Dustin Rhodes match was a double DQ. We couldn't get Austin involved in one of these double DQs with someone so that we could get Bobby Eaton to face Sting for the U.S. title, or like you said, the Diamond Stud. Like there was so much. I don't look, man. If Dusty Rhodes booked this, I'm still being critical. This was dumb. Like you did not need to do this for this U.S. title, not Austin.
And then this was dumb. The finish with this was stupid.
Is this his first loss
that we've seen?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. This is dumb. I mean, when I say loss, I mean legit. Like get pinned shit. Anyway, so that was that.
It's like Future Shock. Remember that?
I wouldn't put this as bad as that because at least Austin, it was a competitive match, but Future Shock was pretty damn stupid. Made no sense. I don't know. And then I know Doc's mad because it's Sting who won. Any other notes on this, Doc?
It's not even that. It's not even that. Like, I know better than to think he's going to beat Sting here. He shouldn't beat Sting here. I get that. I'm not dumb.
Oh, no. I'm not saying that either. I don't think he should have beat Sting here.
I'm mad that this was even allowed to happen.
Yeah. Yep.
Lazy.
Okay, don't quote Cornetti.
I know. What a fucking mark.
I'm a hack.
It's like Darren.
I am.
Why are you being mad at Darren?
Work in the room here.
We work in the room. We work in the room here or what? Bruh, you know what's funny? I did that show with y'all about the top 5 sci-fi, and Darren's trying to tell a story where he saw one of the top 5 sci-fi movies. He saw it at a drive-in, and Darren's like, Harper's like, where'd you see it at? And Darren says, man, I saw it at the drive-in, old drive-in on General de Gaulle and such and such. And Harper's like, where's that at? And Darren goes, like I said, General de Gaulle and such. And Harper says, where? And Darren gets hot. He goes, bro, I don't think the fucking people give a shit. Give a shit. He got fucking hot. It was so great. I had so many people reach out to me on social media and email telling me that. And I was like, that sounds about right.
So you're telling me that he's setting up Darren like I set up Harper.
The funny part, no, let me tell you why I pissed off. I was so not pissed off. Let me tell you why I was pissing laughing at it. It's because Harper always asks questions that he does not want the answer to, but he gets hung up on them. He's like a kid who at that moment, it's like the toy that they have to have. But 10 minutes after they play with that stupid fucking toy, they don't want nothing to do with that shit no more. And if you bring it up to them, they're like, I don't fucking care. What are you talking about? That's exactly what was happening right there. Harper is trying to drill down the exact location of this sci-fi movie when all Darren's trying to do is talk about why the movie was great. Darren got triggered. He's like, bro, I don't think they fucking care. Get it out. I don't think they fucking care, bro. I fucking saw it.
Because I wanted to know, like, exactly where the fuck it was on General fucking... That's like saying, oh, it was on Canal Street. Well, where, motherfucker?
But he said the exact street. He said General de Gaulle and whatever the other street was. He said the cross street. And you said, where? And he's like, General de Gaulle and the cross street. And you like, where's that at? He was so fucking pissed. All right, I'm going to keep moving now. I'm hyperventilating.
God, I remember that commercial.
Girl, you know it's Milli Vanilli.
Yeah, I remember this.
I think one of them's dead.
Yeah, I think one of them OD'd or he killed himself.
Yeah,
he had like drug problems and shit.
Yeah. Boy, everybody was they pulled the wool over everybody's eyes. All right, we'll keep moving.
Yeah,
so,
right.
They did at a time. Jim Ross and
everyone does that shit now.
Lip sync?
Yeah.
Oh, nobody's a musician anymore.
No.
Yeah. Not even rappers. Okay. And they don't even actually rappers like kind of sing now. I don't even want to get into that discussion. It's so terrible. Right. Jim Ross and Paulie.
How do you feel about mumble rap?
Yeah, stupid. Jim Ross and Paulie threw a series of replays with Abdullah and Cactus attacking Sting by coming out of the box, and then the woman coming out of the box, and then we got some promos here that are coming up, which they must be played, Doc, because I need you to just be pissed off at Sting here, because that's kind of what you do. You know what I'm saying? How's that sound?
What's he about to say that's gonna pop us?
Well, let's go right now to Paulie and JR are throwing it to Sting. Here it is.
Either. Let's hear comments now from Sting and from Cactus Jack.
Oh, man! 1 week I get a box with Big Abdullah the Butcher popping out of it. We'll call him the Butcher Block. The next week, well, it's Cactus Jack, and you said it, we'll call him Jack in the Box. And then the next week, she was beautiful. She really was beautiful. We'll call her Broad in the Box. I don't know what to call her, and I don't care. I don't know who's gonna pop out of the next box. Clash of Champions, though. What a surprise for you, Cactus, huh? What's it like to have somebody surprise attack? You thought it was gonna be the big Butcher Block, Abdullah pop out of the thing, but it was none other than Sting. Now, my next question is, who's behind all this? Who's paying you the big bucks? All three of you, the woman included, to pop out of these boxes and mess with the Stinger. Well, I'm gonna find out who that person is, or my name ain't Sting. Woo!
It's that time of the night that you people at home should put down the Twinkies, take a deep breath, and tune up your TV, because a message has been served. Ask Sting, he got my message.
He got my message thing. You open up that little gift, you got a Jack in the Box. And then you tried to play my game. You want to play my game? You don't even know the rules. I make them up, Sting. I call the shots, not you, not you. So you want to get smart, you're going to find that your days become a living hell. And I'm going to be your tour guide because I know the way. I know the way. I know how to get inside your head, make life as you knew it a memory. A memory. Just ask the Z-Man. Ask the Z-Man. You saw what I did to him. His career's over and no one's crying tears about it, especially not me. My only problem is I'm feeling a little bit guilty. Guilty. Because someone is paying me a lot of money, Sting, to put you out of wrestling, and I did it to the Z-Man for free. So Sting, my friend, the next time is on the house. Because I'm a walking, talking pain machine. When I'm not doing it, I'm thinking about it. When I'm not thinking about it, when I lay my head down to sleep, there's a pretty good chance I'm dreaming about it too.
Doc, what do you think about Sting's portion of that?
It's the problem that is Sting.
There's a butcher box, Jack in the Box, and then a lady comes out.
He said butcher block, didn't he?
Yeah.
He said butcher box.
Which is kind of worse.
I guess.
Wouldn't that be funny if they have one where Dick Murdoch comes on? He goes, "It's a dick in a box."
And then we had the unfortunate broad in a box.
So say that nowadays on wrestling TV. The broads are out here wrestling. Jesus Christ.
Well, that's how I felt during that women's rumble.
Yeah, we know. We did a Patreon episode on it. tinyurl.com/Patreon BTT. Oh, Doc went off. He went off.
I watched the men's one, but not the women's one.
You win.
Any other thoughts on Sting right there? I mean, Cactus was meh, but Sting just... I watched it multiple times laughing.
He's not the guy that they need him to be. I don't care.
It gets
I don't care if Ric
stars.
Flair thinks so or not. He's not.
Come on.
Right. We come back from commercial. Jim Ross and Paul E. They say Cactus has signed that he will wrestle Sting one-on-one, and then they throw the Cactus versus Z-Man. Man, as soon as I saw this, again, this is Z-Man. He's wrestling twice now in this episode. So that's why I said this episode is kind of like a mix of different events. This one actually is from Perry, Georgia. I did look it up. September 3rd, this one took place. Cactus
Harper,
and Z-Man.
what would it be like if you wore Cactus Jack's top to the bar this weekend? Get you some fringe with some beads on the end, but it's kind of like a poncho.
What's that logo that's on the front of it?
On Cactus's shirt?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm trying to look. He's laying on the mat right now.
Bro, that's the Z-Man again?
That's what I said.
That's what he just said.
Yeah, I can't see what's on the logo on his shirt. It's not HD. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, they throw to this match, and it's the Z-Man and Cactus. And we saw Z-Man in the opening match, so now you're seeing him again. Now him and Cactus are out here. And Cactus is tearing it up. I ain't trying to, badmouth Cactus. It's just you can tell this episode's kind of thrown together, because if you notice, they're doing a lot of stuff with Paul Lee and JR on the green screen. So it's basically telegraphing that this stuff happened. Whatever we're watching happened a while back, and they're trying to weave into what's currently going on.
Am I the only one that was ready for Cactus Jack to get hardcore here?
Oh God, I was like, come on, just get this over with. Z-Man hits a Perry, Georgia.
Alabama?
Yeah.
Oh, Georgia.
Yeah, Perry, Georgia.
I wonder what building they're in.
Perry Civic Center.
Yeah. It's in the middle of the day, you can see too.
Yeah.
Z-Man hits a super kick and then a flying crossbody over the top rope on Cactus.
A matinee show, sir.
Matinee. Okay. Ref counts both men out. but they brawl after. So Z-Man technically doesn't lose. Cactus has Z-Man beaten down. He drops the elbow on Z-Man from the second rope on the outside. Good job, Cactus. A bunch of enhancement talent hit the ring, try to save Z-Man. I was actually hoping for more of a beatdown on Z-Man because I think he deserved it. And that's that. Double count out, though. Doc, any thoughts?
We can all get behind the beatdown.
Boy, you ain't lying. All right. So then, back from commercial, Paulie and Jim Ross, they throw to a series of replays. Maybe we got more replays. This is of Luger, Race, Hughes, and Simmons, and Wyndham, and what we've seen now for a few weeks. Boy, they are milking this replay, are they not? It's getting kind of old.
Yeah.
That is followed up by, I feel like a Harley Race and Lex Luger promo that we've heard now, but maybe they're just sounding the same. Your thoughts, Doc?
No, they are.
Okay. They are the same or just sound the same?
I think they're sounding the same, but it could be the same for all I know.
Yeah, I didn't do a side-by-side, but Luger seems confident. You know, Ron's a big dude. Barry's here to as well to help him out. You know, I don't know. This is
I don't hate this.
I don't hate it either. It's just kind of meat and potatoes.
And it to me does continue to solidify the fact that Luger has passed Sting.
Oh, yes. Well, I mean, Sting's got the U.S. title now, so of course.
Oh, well, he's a big player in this thing. He's a number one contender.
No, I'm saying, like, you know, obvious that Luger. I mean, look, man, Luger's a better world champion than Sting. I mean, I get that might ruffle some people's feathers, but it's not.
Motherfucker.
Come on. I mean, are we?
We knew this was coming for you.
What?
They still got the third fucking Freebird.
Yeah, we're about to get to that. So after that promo, we keep going in the last match.
Out here.
The last match on the show is the York Foundation, Richard Morton, Thomas Rich, and Terrence Taylor versus the Freebirds with Badstreet, and Badstreet, because technically he is a member of the Freebirds. The Freebirds are really faces here. The crowd is really, really into this. They started with about 8 minutes left in the show. Doc, what are your notes from this, if any?
This was supposed to be heel versus heel, and I don't give a shit. So I fast forwarded. Dude, hey, look, it is still September. There's this 2 hours long, and it's a 6-man tag with no meaning at the end. Nah, bruh.
Oh, dude. Well, there goes the Braves.
The crowd is into this.
I said, like I said last week, Harper, Greg Maddox probably pitched an 83-pitch complete game in 2 hours and 9 minutes, and now we get the whole wrestling show. Fuck.
All right, so the finish. Taylor was hit with a double.
The fucking Mets didn't get anybody past second base, and now here we are.
To finish of the match, Taylor is hit with a double DDT. Badstreet had Taylor pinned, but Morton hits Badstreet with a computer, and the Freebirds win by DQ because Morton used York's computer or word processor or whatever the hell it's supposed to be. You know, I wasn't sure. Like, I don't agree with Doc. I actually think this was a good main event. They had about 8 minutes or so. The crowd was into it. You know, it's just one of those things. I mean, Doc's right. The match, technically, it didn't matter. Like, that was the thing. It was just, you know, as we've gotten older, whenever I just see matches like this that don't matter, it just takes it out of me.
Suck.
I need, like, I realized when I was younger it didn't matter as much, but now that I'm older, I need a personal issue to be invested in anything. Like, I gotta, there's too much heat in this world for me to watch something that there's not a personal issue involved. And that's just my feelings on it. Okay, Harper, I looked it up. I was looking up one of the messages I got. So Future Recluse on our Patreon page said, "So far I'm laughing my ass off. Harper, where'd you see the movie? D-Man, off the Gaulle in Algiers. Where's that? D-Man, in Algiers, off the Gaulle. I don't think people give a fuck where I saw it." But you were grilling them. Great stuff. Okay, Doc, we do need to rate this thing and hand out some Rolexes. Before we do so, I want to remind everyone to please consider becoming a patron at tinyurl.com/patreonbtt. Tinyurl.com/patreonbtt, where you can access all of our Patreon content, 400 plus episodes, including the video versions of the shows that Doc, Harper, and I review. Doc, let's keep the show moving. What are you going to rate it?
I don't think this was as good as last week, and it felt more like a collage. You said piece together. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, and I gave it a B+ last week, I think nothing was terrible, so I'll say B.
Okay, so B. Yeah, I'm gonna go B as well. Harper, what about you?
I'll give it a B. You know what this reminds me of? Those like Coliseum home videos where it'll just be random matches.
Yeah.
Okay, just because you said that, I'm going to B-.
Yeah, those house show matches. I love that kids get the
action figures.
Action figures, yeah.
I don't think it was that bad as the Coliseum ones, because that was pretty obvious. This just...
Dude, I used to love those fucking videos, bro.
Yeah, we all did, Harper. I mean, it was like... Look, let's be real. Doc is right. We're complaining, as he said, man, this 2 hour shit and the Braves, what the hell is going on? He's right. It's because we're damn near 50. When we were 10 and 11 and 9 and 8... Why is it
the show 3 hours?
Dude.
Why isn't it fucking all night? It should come on at 7 and stay on till midnight on Friday.
It should stay on until I'm ready to watch Night Flight later tonight and see some videos.
I saw somewhere on some Facebook page someone posted, what VHS video have you watched the most? And mine, by a long shot, was the WWF VCR WrestleMania game that I got for Christmas one year. Remember those? They had a football one.
I think you told me this before, and you said you just watched it on a loop over and over again.
I just watched that tape over and over and over again because you couldn't just get wrestling. And that was my fucking wrestling.
That's what I'm saying. We just watched shit repeatedly.
Hey, when I was in college, I'd laid there hungover and watched the same Sports Center 4 times in a row in the mornings before I had to go to class.
I remember being during the Monday Night Wars era, watching shit over and over and over. Like, I remember Nitro. I think I told you this before. Nitro actually came on. We would be training, and so I would tape it, but also watch it when I got home, the replay. And then after the replay went off, I'd freaking watch the tape sometimes because, like, that was just, you couldn't get enough. And that was me in my, like, early 20s. I didn't want to talk about, dude, when I freaking discovered that TBS had a show, so I had Mid-South on Saturday afternoons, World Class on freaking Sunday nights at 10:35, and I knew if I could get by my Uncle Joe on fucking Saturday afternoons too, I could get 2 hours of TBS. Bro, I thought we had died and we were in heaven. I was like, are you shitting me? 4 hours of wrestling in a weekend? Can I do this for the rest of my life?
I used to love me some primetime wrestling.
Or prime time, yeah. Dude, when freaking, look, we weren't WWF guys. When Saturday Night Main Event was on,
ooh,
come on, bruh.
Bro, that whole day, you would just sit there and wait for it like it was Christmas.
That's what I'm saying. It was like you couldn't, 10:30 couldn't get here soon enough. And it was only
I'm drinking Dr. Pepper at like 8:30 just to make sure I don't miss this shit.
Harper, it was only 1 hour.
What?
The Saturday Night Main Event.
No. Well,
what?
Some of them were an hour and a half.
Well, I'm thinking, you know what? You're right. But, okay, even hour and a half. Bruh, that hour and a half felt like it lasted 5 seconds.
5 seconds.
It was over before it started. It was like, can we get some more, bro?
Dude, I used to sit there, I'll look at the clock. I'm like, fuck, I think this is the last match. Fuck.
Right?
I thought we were gonna get to see Hercules Hernandez tonight. I guess not.
Yeah.
Hey, who gets the Toot?
All right, yeah. Who's getting the Rolex this week or the Toot? I'm going with Arn Anderson. What about you, Doc?
I'm gonna give it to both enforcers.
Okay. Wow, that kind of shocks me a little bit. All right, Harper, who are you going to give yours to?
Double A, bro.
Double A. All right, so there's that. All right, anything else before we wrap up and I plug Harper's relationship life advice?
We've done enough for these people.
We do enough for our people. You see how he talks about y'all? Haven't we done enough for these people? Before we get out of here, I do want to remind you, Harper is still doing his video shout-outs, life advice, relationship advice, all that good stuff. All you got to do is email him, chrisharper16wildcat with a K at gmail.com. Tell him exactly what you want in the video. Be as descriptive as possible. And then you'll need to PayPal him $20 to cc30388cc at yahoo.com. Again, that's cc30388cc at yahoo.com. Harper, anything else before you hit the tagline?
No.
All right. hit the tagline and let's roll.
Fucking bitch.